Good afternoon, everybody. I am Paula Ludwig with the Atlantic Institute, and today we are doing our cultural creations class, Urban Sketching. And the Atlantic Institute is a nonprofit that promotes positive dialogues between your neighbors, your next door, your interfaith, educational, um, and our vision is of a peaceful world. And so by bringing other cultures to light, we hope that that will help. I am now going to turn our program over to our instructor, and she's going to teach us how to do urban sketching.
Thank you very much. I think everyone can hear me. Hopefully. Hello, I am Gati Shah. I am currently in London. I am professionally an architect and a conservation professional, but I love sketching, I love drawing, and I personally love urban sketching. So urban sketching is basically sketching on the position or a location. Obviously, it's really dark and cold outside right now in here, so I might not be able to do it on location, but I'll try to do something of that sort. And I have a reference image, and then I'll draw the same image right now. Um, I hope everyone has got their art supplies and drawing materials. So we will start with some warm up, lines, and a little bit about perspective. And then I will share the screen with a reference image and my sketch pad. And then I think everyone could join me doing the same. I hope so. Perfect. So let me start my other camera. Should be there, and I can share my image if that's visible. Yep. Perfect. So we will start with lines to just warm up our hands and get going. So maybe just horizontal lines for first, without picking up the pencils, to have like a straight line. And it doesn't matter if you have the exact straight line, but just to get your hands moving, and that would be great. And now we can try some straight lines vertically. We used to make so many straight and horizontal lines, vertical lines, diagonal lines, curves, and all the patterns during my architectural studies, just to have a nice grip over your pencils, have speed, and get the sense of the paper and your drawings. So it's easier when you are on site, outside, somewhere on location, to draw without any scale, any measurements. Also to give you some understanding of proportions. Now we can try some diagonal lines. My hands always shake in diagonals, but that's fine. It doesn't have to be really perfectly fine. It isn't a landscape drawing or a portrait drawing. It is urban sketching, and urban sketching is not about having the perfect sketch. It's about capturing the moment, capturing the memory you have during that particular sketch or drawing when you're making it. And it just has to be your own perception or your own understanding of that image or view. So it's fine if it's not exactly picture like. We can try another angle. I hope this helps everyone have a nice warm up to their hands and the pencils before we start sketching out. I think that should be enough. Right. So now let's talk a little bit about perspectives, and then we can straight away start with the drawing. So we usually have 1 point perspective and 2 point perspective for normal everyday views. 3 point perspective is something that we usually do not use unless it's bird eye view. So if you are drawing from like a long skyscraper or a airplane or helicopter, we do not really need a 3 point perspective in normal day-to-day activities. But if you are drawing a really tiny object or a really tiny building in front of you, then you might need a 3 point perspective. So let's talk about 1 point first. So in a 1 point perspective, if this is our sketch pad or a drawing sheet, it has 1 point of vanishing point. So we look in the very center. This is our viewing point, and then all the other objects are seen in these directions. So if a cube is on our left hand side, it will be seen in this manner. So it would be distorted in this side, but it would be in its exact size in the front. But if we see something that's below us, it would be distorted on the top view, but it would be the same rectangle in the front. On the right hand side, it would be exactly opposite. And on top, we see the bottom part of that object. And then the front would be perfectly straight. So that is what 1 point perspective in a really short introduction would be like. For 2 point perspective, we have two vanishing points. So this could be, for example, it would be this image right here that we have. So if you guys can see it, it is in 2 point perspective. So this will be point of vanishing point. Sorry. This will be one of our vanishing points on the right hand side. And there would be one more that goes in this direction on the left hand side. So if we see this image, it's something of this sort. So this will not have any surfaces in the correct angle, but all the sides will be basically distorted. But the height in the front would be the same. So this is something that we can see in this image. So this area is distorted as well as this one. So this is really a basic introduction to 1 point and 2 point perspective. Does anyone have any queries, questions? And then I can begin with the next part of the drawing.
I think we're all set.
Okay, perfect. Let's go then. Right. Now we have got an A5 sheet, and I will try to make this drawing, but I would be happy to see if anyone has got any other views or drawings they want to try with. But if not, you guys can join me as well. Right. So first of all, we will sort of place the main object of the picture on the sheet before starting. So I usually draw a very rough, quick sketch before I start either pen work or painting. So if we see, the vanishing point for this one is somewhere around here in the midst. So I'll start with placing the house in my drawing. As we can see, the roof is quite long. So I'll take about half of my page to make the roof in it. And then this line goes towards the vanishing point on the right hand side. So I'll try to somewhere place it around here. And then straight lines are all properly aligned with our page, so we do not have to make them distorted. And then again for the bottom, it is again meeting the vanishing points. So we'll go that's it. And then there's another little roof hiding from behind. So just click and a pile of logs in the front. So we do not miss out of in any details of the drawing. So even the pile of logs has a line that goes towards the vanishing point in this direction. So we'll try to join them. And that's like a rough sketch placing all the important elements on our drawing. And then we have a tree in the background on both the side, and then a tiny fence at the back. So we'll just try to place the fence somewhere around here. And just as I said, it does not have to be perfect. It just has to capture the kind of essence of the photo or the view that you have. And there's a fence going at the back as well. And this is just a line drawing, so we did not go in all the details and depth. We'll try to make all the details in the pen drawing that we'll do. And I think just to complete the whole picture, I had a rough sketch with other tiny details just ready so that we can dig into the pen drawing and painting, because we might not be able to finish it up if we go in depth for all the sketches. So for pen drawing, I usually go with microns, which are really friendly for making any detailed drawings or sketches. So I've got a 0.05 and a 0.1 for now. They are quite nice for making really fine details. So I'll try to start with a 0.01 for now, so I can make the important lines, and then the 0.05 will be really useful for making the finer details later on. Right. So I'll start with all the important lines of the building and then go towards the center and all the details later on. I hope no one has any questions or any queries about it. As I said, my diagonal lines are always shaky. And then the shadow of the line is just around here, so we'll try to get that as well. It is really important to capture the shadows as they give a really good life to our sketches. A line drawing will be really lively if you add the shadow to it, so do not forget shadows in your drawings. So this is our front part almost half done, and then we'll go for the tiles. So we'll try to be a bit rough on this edge so we can make tiles later on while detailing. All right. As I said, do not worry about making it really perfect or really pretty. It just has to show the same essence of the photo or the view. So we can try adding these tiny details later on when we are working with the 0.0015 pen. So right now we'll just try to make all the bigger building details. We can also give textures and other elements of the materials of the building while we are detailing out. So that is the left hand side of the building done. So now we have a rough sketch of how this side of the building will look like. Then now we can start the front. Then we've got some windows and doors. So as you can see, both the sides of the building will be distorted if it's a 2-point perspective. So we didn't get any front faced really normal images on this one. And there's a door opening in here, so we'll make that one as well. And then we can leave the details later on. Tiny steps. The brick foundation on the bottom. And that is it. That's the quick outline of the building. And now we'll try to finish up the rest of the main components. So for this, I'll just make a rough edge on all sides, and I'll try to complete it when I'm doing all the details. The last. Right, that's all. So I'll try to also get the trunks of the trees and the fences on each side. We'll just try to make these little trunks that we can see. Then another one on this side. And that's it. I'll leave the rest of the part to be done when I do the details. Does anyone have any questions? Are you guys making any sketches for yourself? If anyone wants to share what they are doing. Or we can start with the tiny details in there. We can also try coloring. So I've got watercolor here. So if we are done with the details, we can also try coloring. I'll try to make these little brickwork of the chimney. Personally, I like making the details as they're a kind of meditating for me. Then they also give a nice touch of textures and liveliness in my sketches. So I always make nice tiny details. It does take a lot of time, but it's always worth when you see at the last. should make rough tiles just to have an idea that what we have in here for materials. And then for the front, we've got wooden panels. I'll just make longer panels in here. Give some texture to the wooden panels. And that's our roof and the front. And now we'll start making some tiny details in here, like paper. And for the doors, for the wooden dogs now. Sorry about the shadows. The light isn't really helping. I'll try to avoid that. Let's see. Right. I'll try to cover up other thing so we do not miss out before the time ends. And then sides. Right. That's like the most important bits that we've covered up. Now, a little bit of the trees. So I might be painting it later on. So I'm not going to make every um, twigs and every leaf in the tree. I'll just make quick. To have a quick view. But there's a tree in here and then another one in this corner. And there are a few bricks in here, so we'd also try to make them just give nice look of the foundation. So that is all for now. I think that gives a rough idea of what exactly the image is like, if everyone can see it. And then if we could quickly try and paint a little bit, let's see. We'll try to wet it a little bit and then get rid of some pencil lines. We don't have any sort of smudging. Oh, sorry. We'll start with the base color, so it has to be a bit lighter. And later on, once it is a little bit dry, I'll try to add the black details with a really thin brush. We'll do the same for the little roof at the back. That's the shadow at the back. Giving a darker shade to the shadow gives just a little bit of depth to that area. I try not to cover the details as of now. Then again, a shadow. And the dark part inside the door that we can see. start with the lighter green and then go for the darker shades on it. Right, we are almost kind of really close to the end of, I think, this session. If anyone has any questions or anything to share, we might not be able to finish up everything. So this is kind of a rough idea of what it would look like. I hope it gives a little bit of an idea. I can also share a few of my previous sketches that I've already finished. So to have a quick view how it would look like. So this is one of traditional stone doors with a nice staircase and detailing. This is one of the museums from my old city that I was born in. This is a restaurant come bar come pub just near where I am living currently. Another market space that I drew last year when I was studying, and this is one of the pieces that I'm still working on. So it's quite of incomplete work in progress. So it's a Liberty London building. So I'm just making a pen sketch. So there are quite a lot of detailing in this one. So it is very time consuming. But yeah, I'm halfway through. But this was something that I usually would draw in terms of urban sketching. And this is one of the little sketchbook that I carry when I'm at work, just to have a meditation time during the work hours, during my break, to have a break through all the screens and just quickly flip through to have a quick glance over it. There are some sketches that I have left incomplete, and then some that I've finished, some that I've tried to finish, and some I really spent hours completing all the detail works. This was recently last month when I was having a coffee in Science Museum, and this was my view. So that is V&A in front of it from the second floor. Yeah, I think That's all I've got for now. Any questions?
Those are all awesome. I was wondering if everybody would be willing to share on their screen so we could take a screenshot. I'm gonna remove that. Let's see. Anybody willing to share on their screen what they've done? Oh, look at Cindy's. Let's see if we can get her spotlighted a minute. Spotlight for everyone.
Oh,
Oh,
that's great. That looks
that is
amazing.
awesome.
Thank you.
That looks really nice. Good.
And then hang on. Let's see who else. Remove spotlight. Colette, are you willing to show yours? All right, hang on. Let me spotlight you. Oh,
Oh, that's great. Oh, you also painted. That's good. That's really good.
all right.
Oh, I just use colouring pencils just because I had them out to just give
Yeah,
a
that's
small end to colour.
perfect. That's great.
I never really did straight lines before, so I'm just amazed that
fine.
they're even
That's
kind of
perfectly
spaced
fine.
not too bad, like, yeah.
Yeah. Great.
Anybody else? All right. Oh, there's the view. I want to go multi, oh, no, gallery. Let's do this. Gallery. All right, everyone. Well, this is the end of our day. I want to thank you very much, our instructor. This was awesome.
Thank you.
If anybody doesn't have any more questions, then I'm going to end the recording now, and we're going to end it for the day. All right.